Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Again, my name is Laurie McNaughton. I'm your coach here today. And in this excerpt from Roadmap to Success, How to Build an Extraordinary Business, I'm going to talk about time management, how to use your time best in order to get the maximum results for you and your business. So again, just a quick introduction to myself. I've got over 40 years experience in business and sales and management. Grew up in a family-owned business, and I've owned 4 businesses total, including the one that I'm in now. I was part of the #1 business coaching firm in the world for 15 years. I won many awards, and I've always been committed to lifelong learning. I've been trained by some of the best in the world: Tony Robbins, Marshall Goldsmith, Peak Potentials, Judith Glazier, W. Bex, as well as Action Coach. List of services that I have are one-on-one coaching, planning workshops, sales, customer service workshops, communication and leadership workshops, as well as team alignments. And I also sell psychometric behavioral profiling, the DISC model. For those of you who are interested in learning more about that, just let me know. There's some of my award-winning clients, as well as a group of us at our global conference a few years back. So moving right along, my definition of an extraordinary business is one that provides you with a great income. You have a great team of people working for you. You're profitable, a lot less stress for you and your family, and you don't need to be there all the time in order for it to function and work and be profitable. So let's get started. Time is your most valuable asset. Somebody who, I was at a conference one time, he said, if you can go out and spend your money and then you can make more money. But once you've spent your time, it's gone forever. And I don't think a more truer statement could be made. So how you use your time is going to be a direct reflection of the success that you have in your business. Every single person on this planet who owns a business, or for that matter, anybody on this planet, has exactly the same amount of hours in the day. So what's the difference between being extraordinary, mediocrity, and ordinary? It's where you spend your time. So many of you know where you're at. Some of you were working 40 hours a week. Some of you may be working 50, 60, and 70, and God forbid, 80 plus hours a week. That's where you are. And some of you are saying, that's not where I want to be. Where I want to be is, for some of you, it might be just, hey, I'd be happy working a regular work week. I like working. If I was working 40 to 50 hours a week, I'd be happy. But some of you are also saying, you know what, I want to work less. I want to work 30. I want to work 20. I want to work 10 hours a week. That's all possible if you work on the right things and strategize and set up the systems and processes and get the right people in the right places, doing the right thing at the right time. That's all possible. So in this webinar here, this short webinar, I'm going to document how you can analyze and figure out where you're using your time and how to fix it. Because in order for you to get where you want to be, there's going to be some things you're going to need to stop doing, and there's going to be some things you're going to need to start doing. Now, for you who are going, hey, wait a minute, I'm already working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. I don't want to be doing more. I don't need more added to that. This is why it's so important when I'm going to talk about how you analyze your time, because you're going to need to stop doing some things in order to make time for working on the right things to take your business to the next level. Steve Jobs talked about your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's dream. And that's what gets me so excited about being an entrepreneur, so excited about being a business owner, and so excited for those people who have chosen to become business owners and take on that mantle, because you're living your own life. You're driving your own life. You're not working all day for somebody else's goals. So let's keep moving along. Time target. This is really important that you understand this. As you can see right in the middle, the light blue, it says not urgent but important. 10% of the time is typically, and I say this might be way higher than it actually is, how much time people actually spend time working on their businesses. We need to expand and grow that. So where are we going to find that extra time? How are we going to do that? we're going to take a look at the things that you're doing that are not urgent and not important, the distractions that you have in your life. And honestly, in your work day, you should have a distraction. You should probably have a 5-minute distraction every hour. And that 5-minute distraction might be, I'm going to get up and do some stretching. I'm going to do a couple of yoga poses. Or maybe I'm going to go say hi to the person down at the end of the office here and, talk very briefly. As long as they're not in the middle of something, you don't want to be disrupting people when they're in the middle of working on something, because then you've taken their focus off of things. But you need little distractions in your day. Then there's the delusional activities, and those are the things that are urgent, but they're not important. I remember I was doing a presentation for a group of people when we could still do presentations for groups of people. And this one lady said, everything is urgent. And I said, well, if everything's urgent for you, then you're going to have a difficult and stressful time in your life. Not everything is urgent in your life. And certainly those things that are not important are not urgent. So you need to figure out what those are. Now, just give you a quick example of that is to say, let's just say you come into your office and you're going, you know what, what's urgent and important, what's not urgent but important for me is to organize my day and get my day started off on the right foot. And you get sat down in your office and you look over at the the side desk or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. And it's kind of got papers mixed up on it, messed around on it. So you go, oh, you know what? I need to go do that instead. That's taken away from working on what's important to working on something that's not important. So you're going from delusional activity to important activities. So then there's the demand zone, which is the things that are urgent and important. That's your customers, that's your team, that's the day-to-day activities that go on in your business at any given time. And this is where you're going to be using up most of your time, and where we're going to find a majority of the time for you to spend working on the things that are not urgent but important. Not urgent but important things are like goals, strategies, systems, processes, taking care of your health, taking care of yourself, making sure you're fed, that sort of thing. Those are all things that are not urgent, but they're very important for you, for your own health, and for your business. So where are we going to find that? As you develop your systems and processes, you're going to find that the businesses become more efficient and more productive. You're going to get better at hiring the right people. You're going to get better at getting the best out of those people, helping them fulfill their vision and their dream for their lives. And when they do that, they're going to take on a bigger role of the demand activities that are going on in your business at any given time. So we're going to get a big chunk of time from the demand zone, and we're also going to get a big chunk of time from the delusional activities, because like I said, when I interview business owners, oftentimes it's less than 10% of the time they're working on their business. You need to be, depending on where your business is at, you need to be working on your business 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% of the time. As your business grows and becomes more successful, that means more and more time by you needs to be spent in the zone, meaning those activities that are not urgent but important. So let's keep moving along here. How do we get control of our time here? First of all, you need to understand the cost of wasting your time. If your business is $1 million a year, or if your business is $10 million a year, or if your business is $100 million a year, you've got to look at how many hours does a typical person, and it's just around 2,000 hours in a year. Divide that number into there and just say to yourself, you know what, if it comes out to $1,000 or $10,000 an hour, you go, I'm not going to work on things that don't drive that kind of revenue to your company. Whenever you're working on something that doesn't equate to that value, then you're wasting your time. You're working on something that you shouldn't. So you need to find out where you're wasting your time. You need to analyze where the best use of your time is. And we talked a little bit about that already. And then you need to plan your time wisely. And how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to use some tools. The first tool would be to figure out where you're using your time, and that's a time study or a weekly time log. And it's in this example, it goes Monday to Saturday, and it goes from 6 a.m. till 7 p.m. And you write down literally everything that you're doing, all the different activities, emails, marketing, sales calls, customer calls, shipping, receiving, sweeping the floor, taking out the trash, whatever those activities might be for you. And you need to be realistic and honest with yourself. Don't BS yourself. It's a waste of time. You're not going to get the results that you wanted. Now that you've figured out where you're using your time, you're going to put it into what I call the ABC task activity log. So you're going to list all those activities. I do emails, I do sales calls, I do customer service, I do planning, I do estimates, whatever all those activities are. Then you're going to list them as an A or a B or a C. A, only I can do. B, somebody else could do with some training and a good system. C, anybody else could do without little or no training. So A, B, C, then it's daily, weekly, monthly, because you're going to start to develop and make a system to take care of these things and get somebody else to work on those things. You're going to delegate those activities. How much time does it take you to do that? Is it 10 minutes a day? Is it an hour and a half a day? Then it's a like or dislike. And then it's a priority level. And when I say like or dislike, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. When your business is small, you're going to have to do some things that you don't like to do. But once you start to grow your business and start to access more profits, money is a leverage tool. So you're going to delegate away those things that you don't like to do, because all they do is suck up your time and you don't like doing them. They don't add to your life. They don't add to your energy. So moving right along. So what you need to do is write down the 3 most critical things that you or they do, and then break them into their subtasks. There could be as many as 7 for each. There could be 4. There could be 3. Now rate them on the relevancy, the person's competency, meaning whether your competency around it and their passion around it, or your passion around it. So if it's not relevant, but you're competent at it, it's a waste of your time. That's one of these delusional activities, like straightening out all the papers on the desk, or sweeping the floors, or taking out the trash. If your competency is less than average, then you're not the most efficient person to do the job, which translates into a waste of your energy and your time and your money, because it's taken away from your ability to, as I said, work on those things that drive revenue in your company. Somebody else can do it. They'd be way more efficient at you. It's going to cost less, and it's going to add to your bottom line. Pardon me. So just a quick example here. If you look at it, I worked with a client who had to do these reports. He was in the remediation business, and he had to do these reports, and he always did it himself because he just didn't trust somebody else to do it. And I said, here's what you do. You get this person to look over your shoulder. You do 5 of these reports and get them to jot down how they go about doing those reports. Then you get them to take their notes and turn them into a system, and then they sit down and they do the reports following their system, and you make sure that it's done right. And then after that, they do the reports all on their own, and you come in and check them. And then after a while, it really is just a spot check. It's just every once in a while you're checking to make sure they're being filled out correctly. So now, if you don't have a passion for the task, that means it's an energy and time sucker. So delegate to someone who has a passion for it. Those things that you hate to do, somebody else loves to do that stuff. Give that job to those people. They're going to do it with a lot less energy, and they're going to be way more efficient at it. And your life is going to get better as a result of it. So remember, we're looking at productivity and efficiency increases. The considerable energy that goes into doing things that are not relevant, or you're not passionate about, or you're not competent at, are going to put your business at jeopardy and make it hard for you to grow your business. So time management, get clear on what your goals are. Plan those things. Be very clear on what the goal is for each week. Take 30 minutes at the end of every week to plan the next week, and then take 15 minutes at the end of every day to plan the next day. Focus on the actions that lead you to your goals. Find out, as I said earlier, where you're wasting your time, and commit to those actions that move you towards your goals. Now, get a good amount of sleep every night. Listen, people do not function well if they're sleep deprived. They can't focus as well. They can't have a sustained amount of focus for any period of time because of sleep deprivation. So make sure you get a good night's sleep. For most people, that's a minimum of 7 hours. Be mindful. You can do that through meditation, or you can just like turn off your phone, turn off your computer, and sit quietly with a pad and a pen and sit quietly for an extended period of time. You will eventually get to the point where you get in touch with the intuitive part of who you are, and great ideas will flow to you from there. Do some affirmations. You know, I am a time management guru. I am highly organized and I use my time effectively and efficiently. When I'm doing, again, presentation for groups of people, I draw a big circle on the flip chart, and then I put a dot on it, and I say that big circle represents your unconscious mind, and that dot represents your conscious mind. So who's in charge here? You need to reprogram your subconscious mind so that it out comes through the conscious mind activities that help you grow and sustain your business. Now, I put this slide in here for a reason, like small changes today. Like if you go, I'm going to start managing my time more effectively and use my time more efficiently, and I'm going to get rid of those things that I don't like doing and they're not helping me grow my business. It's not going to make a difference tomorrow, and it might not even make a big difference next week. But a month from now, it'll start to make a little bit of a difference. 6 months from now, it'll start to make a even bigger difference. A year from now, it will be massive. The changes you will see will just be massive and completely unrecognizable in some ways. Make a bad choice, choose not to figure all this stuff out. It's not going to affect your day tomorrow. It's not going to affect your week next week. It's going to be the same as this week. 6 months from now, it's going to be the same thing. A year from now, it's going to be the same thing. And 5 years from now, you'll be in the same position, if not in a worse place. So I want you to get clear on this. Why did you get into business in the first place? What's your why? I'm guessing that when you started your business, you weren't going, you know what, I want to work all the time. I don't want to take any vacations, and I don't want to make a lot of money. And I want to miss out on all my important family obligations. That's my dream for my business. My guess is that that's not what you did. My guess is that you said, you know what, I can do this. I can build this great business. It'll be profitably. It'll be fun. I'll have great people working for me, and we'll all build this amazing business, and it will create a lifestyle for me, and I'll be able to provide incomes for families and generations to come, and I'll be able to donate money and be of service to other areas that need help because of our success. This is how you cultivate meaningful work for yourself and meaningful work for your business. And when you cultivate meaningful work for people, you'll have way more people on board with you. The priceless gift of any storyline is in its power to spark a fire in our imaginations. My guess is that when you first thought about your business, it sparked a fire in your imagination, and you saw this beautiful thing start to open up. And then my guess is that now day-to-day operations have fogged that dream completely up. In fact, it might look like this giant forest to you. For those of you who are interested, if you contact me, you can call me at 780-784-6534, 784-6534, or you can email me, Lori@LoriMcNaughton.com, and I will get you a free copy of the Roadmap to Success. It has, I think, 16, 17 authors, one of which is me, and Deepak Chopra and Ken Blanchard are two featured authors, other featured authors. And then for a select few of you who are ready to take the next step, who are going, I want to be the best, I want to have the best business, I'm offering to you, and we'll do a little qualifying process, we'll have a conversation, a 90-minute customized business strategy session where we'll look at and clarify your roadmap, the strategies that you need, diagnose the causes, and talk about the solutions to those problems that you're having, identify the next steps. And yes, if we see value in working together, I will share with you some of the programs that I have available for you. And I'm working hard because of COVID to make the programs more affordable to more people. So if you're interested in taking your business to the next level, and I get that it's a stressful time for everybody, but we need to take action today. We need to do something to make sure that we not only survive, but thrive through this difficult time and be ready for when the things start to change and we get back to things. I want to thank you for your time here today. I hope that by providing you with this bit of information, it's going to be helpful for you and help you get your business and take your business to the next level. And as I said, if you want some ideas and you think that might be helpful, give me a shout. I'm happy to come in and talk to you. Have a great day, and we'll speak to you again in the future, hopefully.